Russian forces launched new deadly strikes in Ukrainian cities, including Zaporizhia, where Kremlin-staged voting is underway. Today marks the second day that people in Russian-occupied regions are voting on whether to become part of Russia. President Biden and other world leaders have dismissed the referendum, calling it illegitimate. The White House says it's prepared to impose more sanctions on Russia if President Vladimir Putin carries out threats to annex more Ukrainian territory. Debora Patta is in Kyiv, the Ukrainian capital, with the latest. Deborah, good morning.
Good morning. Russia is holding referendums in 4 occupied territories in Ukraine in a bid to push through a vote to annex these regions. The 5-day process began yesterday and has been widely condemned in the West as a sham.
Virtually destroyed by Russian bombardment and abandoned by residents who managed to escape before the Kremlin took control, it is in occupied cities like these that elections slammed as illegal by the West are taking place. Ivan Fedorov, the exiled mayor of now occupied Melitopol, said Ukrainian citizens are being held hostage, forced to vote under Russia's watchful eye.
It's impossible to make referendum in other cities of temporarily occupied territory. Nobody wants to collaborate.
It opens up a dangerous new phase in this war. There are fears Vladimir Putin could use it as a pretext to escalate the conflict, claiming an attack on newly annexed territories is an attack on Russia. Putin's been pushed into a corner after his troops suffered crushing losses in Kyiv. This past week, he upped the ante, threatening to unleash nuclear weapons and announced a call-up for military reservists that has not gone down well at home. There's been a panicked exodus of Russians trying to escape conscription as young men try to dodge the draft, like 27-year-old Nikita.
It's crazy. I am just for freedom. Russia from Putin.
In the far east of Russia, another long line. New conscripts boarding military planes. Call-up papers were handed out within hours of Putin's announcement, giving citizens no time to say a proper goodbye. Only tearful farewells and frantic embraces.
Nobody is holding their breath in suspense about the referendum results. A similar vote in 2014 led to the annexation of Crimea. The hastily organized elections take place along the front lines of the war and are seen by the White House as a sign of Putin's weakness. For CBS Saturday Morning, Debora Patta, Kyiv, Ukraine.